Hey folks, it's Cement once again, and pretty much what this video is, I wanted to show my Kevin Smith collection because I'm going to start doing Kevin Smith movie reviews. Now, I don't know what the schedule will be on releasing and doing those reviews, but I made that video about his new film Yoga Hosers, and it still looks terrible, looks awful. I'm sure people will be like, "Are you going to see it?" It's not going to be around here. First off. And second off, it's not going to be around here. And third off, I don't really care to see it. It looks awful. It's terrible. It doesn't look like my cup of tea. And someone even said in the comment, well, nowadays he's pretty much making movies for himself, not for audiences. But one thing I wanted to get out there that I don't think I did in that previous video is, personally, I don't have much against the guy. He seems like a nice guy. He seems like a good guy. Meaning, okay, he changed his mind on Batman v Superman. I disagree with that, but that's his opinion. Or, yeah, I've been listening to some podcasts he's been doing, re-listening to them, giving them another shot. I've been watching interviews and like little YouTube videos he's been a part of, like these things called movie fights, and he just seems like a very nice guy. He does seem like a funny guy in spurts, and a lot of commentaries and interviews, he just seems like a good, down-to-earth guy. So I have nothing personal against him. At all. It's just his recent group of films since Clerks 2 I've been very disappointed in. Because I've been a huge, huge fan. As I'm going to talk about when I do these reviews. I mean, going into it. But again, I've been a lot of interviews on YouTube and podcasts, and he seems like a very down-to-earth, nice guy. I just, if the pot makes him happy and he wants to make these movies that he likes, okay, that's his prerogative, but I can't stay. It's just, for me, it's sad to see a film like Yoga Hosers or Tusk, which some people liked, I did not. And I'm like, this guy is so much more talented writing and he's always a guy who puts himself down in the early days as not being much of a filmmaker. Like if you watch an evening with Kevin Smith, if you watch a lot of older interviews, he would put himself down as not much of a director. I think he is. Definitely a good writer. It's just nowadays his stuff isn't for me. But again, I want to sort of stretch the point as much as possible that Kevin Smith as a person still seems like a nice guy. Career-wise, not so much, but personal-wise, he does seem like a good guy. And I don't think I made that point clear in that video, but I'm making it here. But at the same time, a lot of his recent movies have sucked. But I love most of his early movies. For example, if I go in order, here it is. Clerks. I'm not going to go in depth on my thoughts on the film. I'm going to save that for the review. But the Clerks BluRay. And pretty much what I'll do is I'll show what I have and go into the features. That way I don't have to do that when I do the actual reviews. Like Clerks. 15th Anniversary Edition Blu-ray. I got this because it was the Clerks X DVD features are on this. All on one disc instead of two. Was it 2 or 3? I think it was 2. Plus it has a new feature. It has a new intro with Kevin Smith, and it has a making of Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back. Which is more of they're on the set and a lot of what was filmed on the set. It's not new retrospective interviews. It's just what was on the set of Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back, sort of behind the scenes of the time for about 90 minutes. And being a big fan, I'm like, hey, I want to see that. So, hey, Clerks on Blu-ray has all the features. The theatrical version has the first cut version, the original version. That's the one that Dante dies. It has the classic commentary from 1995. It has the newer commentary with Kevin Smith, Stop Moser, Jason Mewes, and such that you can watch during the first cut. That commentary is very entertaining. The Lost Scene, which is an animated, deleted scene made for the when Clerks 10th anniversary DVD had come out. The Flying Car, which is a little 5 to 8 minute thing that about Dante and Randall talking about the flying car. What would you do for a flying car? The trailer, a bunch of MTV spots featuring Jay and Silent Bob from back in the day. Music video of Soul Asylum's Can't Even Tell. The documentary Snowball Fett, the story of Clerks. And the deleted scenes from that documentary. 10th anniversary Q&A from back in the day. So again, it has all the features from that trailer, but new intro with Kevin Smith and the making of Jay and Silent Bob documentary. Then the second film he did, which was the first one I ever saw, that's how I first encountered Kevin Smith's movies, is Mallrats. Which, this is a little bit scratched up. It's a flipper disc. It seems like a flipper disc is always the ones that gets easily scratched up for me. So I'm going to get the Blu-ray one day down the road. I put it on my Amazon wish list so I don't forget, because it has all the features on this, but it's not going to be, a flipper disc that scratches easily. But Mallrats, this is the 10th anniversary DVD. And again, when I get to the actual review of the film, I'll go into why I enjoy the film so much, along with Clerks and so forth. But yeah, this was my introduction to... What year did I know this came out in 95. I can't remember what year I saw this in the first time, but it was on VHS. And I know someone was asking, I answered in a reply in the comments, but just in case, the reason I have the 10th anniversary DVD, which I believe the Blu-ray has the same features as this, that's why I want to get it. Because I hate a flipper disc. I hate it. Like, two-sided. Again, I swear they scratch easier than regular. But it has a little brief Q&A with Kevin Smith just answering some questions, some outtakes. Has the making of from back in the day. Kind of back in the day, it was like a couple years after Mallrats. Then you have a new documentary that was made on the 10th anniversary, which that's called The Erection of an Epic, The Making of Mallrats. That one, I should just read them. Viewers use a look back at Mallrats. Writer-director Kevin Smith, Scott Moser, Jason Lee, Jason Mewes, and Ben Affleck looked back on the making of the film. That was the one that was on the older DVD and came out when that DVD came out. 99, 98, 2000, somewhere around there. And then on new one on this DVD, and also on the Blu-ray, is The Erection of an Epic, The Making of Mallrats. The outrageous insider's look at the creation of a cult classic. It's pretty much just talking about really the response of the film when it came out, that it bombed and got this cult following. That's really what most of it's about. Has the old commentary track, which is nice. Kevin Smith, Ben Affleck, Jason Lee, Jason Mewes. That's a great, entertaining commentary track. Music video, Build Me a Buttercup by The Goops. Has the reunion, about a 50-minute, I believe it's about a 50-minute Q&A with the cast and Mallrats answering, and Kevin Smith answering questions about Mallrats. Has cast interviews from from on set, which I don't think was on the original DVD. So there's quite a few added stuff. Plus, it's a flipper disc because one version is the theatrical version and one version is the extended cut where they put all the deleted scenes, pretty much put them back in. And I know on the Blu-ray you could see either one of those versions as well. But, yeah. Mallrats. Then the next film that had come out, since Mallrats bombed, was Chasing Amy, which I have on DVD and Blu-ray. The reason for that is this is the Criterion DVD. The reason I have both of these, they have different features. This came out around 1997, No, the DVD didn't come out in 97. It came out probably around 2000. But a lot of the features are from the Laserdisc, and they ported over. Because, like, the commentary was recorded in 1997. And the commentary on here has Kevin Smith, Ben Affleck, Jason Mewes, Scott Mosier, associate producer Robert Haupt, Miramax executive John Gordon, Vincent Pereira. That commentary is not on this Blu-ray. There's a new commentary with Kevin Smith and Scott Mosier, but this is definitely the better commentary because Ben Affleck is very funny, and him and Kevin Smith have a good ribbing against each other for fun. It also has 10 deleted scenes plus outtakes, and each one is introduced by Jason Mewes, Ben Affleck, Kevin Smith, Scott Mosier. Those are a lot of fun. Even the color bars. They show the color bars, and Kevin Smith and Ben Affleck are talking. They're making fun of each other, and Kevin Smith's like, Ben Affleck's like, these color bars, you know, they look familiar. See, this is the view of when you were conceived. When I was with your mom, and you know the TV was dead, and, or the TV just had the color bars, and just them making fun of each other, just when they were good friends with each other back in the day. So even stuff like that, that's not on this because Criterion owns the features. That's why. So that's why they couldn't have ported this. Criterion, fucking Criterion. But yeah. 10 deleted scenes plus outtakes, and each deleted scene has a fun intro to it. Even little stuff like color bars, there's a little fun between the actors and director. The commentary is fun. Special video introductions from the cast and crew, yeah. Little intro for the DVD for Kevin Smith at this time. This came out. So some really good features on this. Definitely, if you only have the Blu-ray, definitely try to find this DVD. At least for the commentary and the deleted scenes, the intros to them. I mean, this says deleted scenes and outtakes, but it doesn't. I don't think it has the little intros, the little special video introductions. I don't think it has those. But yeah, the commentary alone is worth picking this up. And then the Blu-ray, which I got because it has a brand new commentary with Kevin Smith and Scott Mosier. It has a brand new documentary, Chasing Amy, the Chasing Amy doc. Has a conversation between Kevin Smith and Joy Lauren Adams. And a 10 years later Q&A with Kevin Smith and the cast, as well as deleted scenes, outtakes, and the trailer. The next film they made. Actually, before that, let me show these. Kevin Smith didn't direct these, but at the time around Mallrats and Chasing Amy, they were able to get some money and they gave it to friends to make their own movies. I think Vincent Pereira made a movie, A Better Place. I can't remember what it is. I've never seen it. But Brian Johnson got to, who's a good friend of Kevin Smith, they gave him money to make Vulgar. Kevin Smith and View Askew presents. Stars the same guy who starred in Clerks and Clerks 2, Brian O'Halloran. It has an appearance with Jason Mewes, has an appearance by Kevin Smith in it. And definitely a hard film to watch. Brian O'Halloran plays this guy who goes to kids' parties as a clown. That's his job. Tries to get extra money, and it's like, hey, why don't I do this and go to bachelor parties as a joke, and put it out in the paper. I'll pop up as a joke, and then the real woman stripper will come in. But he comes across 3 guys who pretty much rape him, leave him. He's a little bit out of it, saves this kid's life, and the news says, oh, this guy saved this little girl's life, and they give him a job hosting a kids' TV show, but his name becomes a household name, and there's some skeletons in the closet ready to be gotten out. Sort of an exploitation film, which, again, Brian Johnson wrote and directed. Kevin Smith and stop motion executive produced. Not sure if I'll review this because Kevin Smith didn't direct it, but who knows. But really enough, this DVD, it has a commentary track with Kevin Smith on it, along with Brian O'Halloran and Brian Johnson. It's a fun, entertaining commentary track. And there's a documentary which was cut out of this for Dogma. I don't know why it was cut out, because I don't know why. But it's actually on here. Judge Not in Defense of Dogma documentary about the controversy of Dogma with these religious people who kept fucking with Kevin Smith, and they got death threats and all that stuff. So mainly I got the DVD for the Dogma documentary and the fun commentary track. But I mean, I will say with the film, Brian O'Halloran does give a good performance, but it's not really an easy film to sit through and watch, to say the least. And another film, Drawing Flies. This was made right after Mallrats. Again, Kevin Smith didn't direct it, but he executive produced it with Scott Mosier and other friends of his. Malcolm Ingram and Matt Gissing directed this, as well as wrote, edited, and produced it. And it was Jason Lee's role right after Mallrats. Also has Jason Mewes, Renee Humphrey, Carmen Lee, all who were also in Mallrats. Cameo of Kevin Smith and Ethan Suplee. And this is one I liked. It also has a commentary track, a very fun one, with the directors as well as Kevin Smith, Scott Mosier, Jason Lee, Jason Mewes, Renee Humphrey, Carmen Lee. Special introduction by Kevin Smith, Scott Mosier. Some outtakes, deleted scenes. I guess this is out on Blu-ray. I want to pick that up because it has some other features, has some new features to it. So I definitely will try to pick up the Blu-ray of this sometime. But I might review this one. I may review Vulgar, but I'll probably definitely review this one. Because again, Kevin Smith didn't direct it, but he produced it. There's a lot of the people from Mallrats in it. And I like this movie. It's a very interesting, weird, very kind of arty, independent film. Filmed for like $40,000, so super, super, super cheap. Like dirt cheap. Filmed in black and white. Pretty much about how Jason Lee and his group of people who don't have jobs and are penniless, and how Jason Lee's character kind of breaks down mentally, where he sees a vision of Bigfoot, takes his friends out into the woods, doesn't tell them, says, "Oh, my uncle has a cabin, we can stay there since we don't have a job or money," and I don't know, I won't go more further than that because maybe I'll save it for a review, but I thought this was an interesting, for an independent, cheap film, very interesting movie. I like it. A lot of people don't, I do. Then you have Dogma, which was the film Kevin Smith did after Chasing Amy. Once again, I really enjoy this film, good film. I'll get more into that. It's a 2-disc DVD. I'll show more of that when I review it. But yeah, once again, it has a very fun commentary track with... has 2 commentary tracks. One's a technical one, and one is with the cast and crew, like Ben Affleck, Jason Mewes. I think Jason Lee's on it. I think so. But I know Kevin Smith, Ben Affleck, Jason Mewes, Scott Mosier. Quite a few people on the commentary track. As well as Disc 2 has 100 minutes of deleted scenes with crew intros. People from the film introducing each of those clips. Outtakes, trailer, and the documentary for it is actually on another DVD. But that's Dogma. Next one after that is Jay and Silent Bob Straight Back. Is that the next one? Yeah, that's the next one. Jay and Silent Bob Straight Back. 2 disc. That's disc 2. Collector Series by Dimension. Has a commentary track with Kevin Smith, Scott Moser, and Jason Mewes. Definitely the weakest commentary track. Not that memorable, not that funny. Out of all the commentary tracks, this is definitely the most disappointing one. It just seemed like the movie was going too fast for them. They didn't have much to say. It's definitely a fast-moving flick. But it does have deleted scenes with intros by Kevin Smith and guests, which is a lot of deleted scenes, a shitload. Has a gag reel with intro, internet trailers with intro, TV spots, still galleries, music videos of Morris Day and the Time. No, Morris Day and the Time learning the moves. Music video of Afro Man, I Got High. Music video Stroke 9, Kick Some Ass. Comedy Central's Real Comedy, Jan Silent Bob Strike Back. Guide to Morris Day and the Time. Again, a lot of features. And again, if you want the documentary, which is more like on the set, that's on the Chasing Amy Blu-ray. I know that's confusing, it's silly, but it is what it is. You know, considering they did a special edition Blu-ray of Clerks and Chasing Amy, I'm surprised they didn't do one for these. I mean, special edition Blu-rays with brand new documentaries, like up to date, like really, really up to date. Like this was '99, so like in 2009 there wasn't a 10th anniversary of this, or 2011 the 10th anniversary of this, because usually they do that stuff. But that's strange they didn't do it for these two. So James Silent Bob Straight Back was technically going to be the last of the View Askew films, and he went on to do 2001, about 2003, 2004, Jersey Girl. Now, Jersey Girl is a time waster, but it's not a favorite of mine. But it's okay. I've seen much, much worse movies. But I will say the DVD is fantastic. It has excellent features. I will say, even if you don't like the film, get this for the features. Like, seriously, if you don't like the film at all, the features are well worth it. Because these two commentary tracks are two of the best commentary tracks Kevin Smith has done. One with just him and Ben Affleck, which is hilarious and very funny. The other with Kevin Smith, Scott Moser, and special guest Jason Mewes. This is when he was getting clean and off drugs, so he was much more coherent, much more able to put more than two words together. Two fantastic commentary tracks. Again, two of the best tracks Kevin Smith's done. Also, Kevin Smith and Ben Affleck talk shop. That's hilarious. Just them talking about their journey from Morass to Jersey Girl. The Tonight Show's Roadside Attractions featured Kevin Smith. There's a couple of them on there. Behind the scenes special. The features are great on this. Again, the film's just there, but features are fantastic. It's well worth it. And then, to me, Kevin Smith's last great film, Clerks 2. Great DVD, 2-disc, widescreen edition. It has, I think, 3 commentary tracks. One's a technical one with Kevin Smith, Scott Moser, and Dave Klein. One is Kevin Smith, Scott Moser, and actors Jeff Anderson, Trevor Fairman, Jason Mewes, Brian O'Halloran, and Jennifer Schwalbach. And one is a podcast commentary with Kevin Smith, Scott Moser, and Jeff Anderson. Deleted scenes. This too, good length 90-minute documentary on Clerks 2. Great documentary. Bloopers and some video production diaries. Great DVD, great movie. I guess I could put this in there. Clerks Uncensored, the animated series. Pretty much this was a TV series that was going to be on ABC, and they only got like a handful out. Like literally, they got like 2 episodes in, and then they were pretty much canceled. And the commentary track is funny. I mean, it's 6 episodes. If you wondered, 6 episodes. And a lot of the commentary with Kevin Smith, Scott Moser, Dave Mandel, Jeff Anderson, JC Mewes, Brown Howard is them complaining about how ABC fucked them over, which is very funny. You have a featurette, you have a Super Bowl TV spot. Yeah, this got a Super Bowl TV spot, and yet the network completely fucked them. But this is a lot of fun. Clerks the Animated Series. Commentary is very fun as well. And then we have Zack and Miri. And as someone pointed out on that previous video I made, yes, they did take out Zack and Miri Make a Porno out of the title. So it is just called Zack and Miri. This is a 2-disc, no commentary track, but deleted scenes, a making of Money Shots webisodes, Comic-Con 2008, outtakes, ad-libs, and bloopers. And I'll get more into the movie when I review them. Cop Out. This is the Blu-ray that has the maximum comedy mode, with Kevin Smith stopping the film and showing deleted scenes and extended scenes and outtakes and all sorts of stuff. I would prefer them just doing a normal commentary track. No holds barred commentary track like he usually did. That's the thing, he usually did that. And what I noticed is as I'm watching a lot of older interviews and commentaries, back in the day, Kevin Smith was a very soft-spoken guy. It's like, hey, how's it going? My name's Kevin Smith. He's a very soft-spoken guy. Nowadays, he's very loud and grandiose and big. I'm not talking about fat. I'm talking about big in his speech, big in his presentation. And yeah, I would just prefer like the commentary track, which would have been back in the day. Just, you know, I think Kevin Smith, that was working on Chasing Amy and Dogma, they would have talked shit. He would have talked shit about Bruce Willis in the commentary, but he doesn't do it on this. Just after. Red State, which this doesn't really have a commentary. It just has the making of Red State documentary, some smodcasts, Red State of the Union, the Sundance speech, a conversation with Michael Parks, deleted scenes, trailers, and a poster gallery. I don't have Tusk. Don't care. There's one DVD I forgot to get, but just to show this for shits and giggles, Kevin Smith and Scott Moser had actually done a commentary for Roadhouse. Very fun commentary, great DVD. So yeah, the Roadhouse DVD, maybe the Blu-ray, but at least the DVD has a commentary with Scott Moser and Kevin Smith, which is fun. And Kevin Smith also did a commentary for this film, the director's cut of Donnie Darko. Kevin Smith, who was friends with Richard Kelly, who would later cast Kevin Smith in a small role in Richard Kelly's next film, Southland Tales. But the commentary I thought was pretty fun. Kevin Smith's fun in the commentary. I'm not gonna review that unless people absolutely want me to, but mainly sticking with Kevin Smith stuff. His appearance on Degrassi, they made a DVD of it. A couple episodes him and Jason Mewes appeared on, which also has commentaries and interviews, so had to pick that up. And his evening with Kevin Smith, I think there's more, but I just have the 3. The original, which that's what I'm talking about. If you watch the original, he's very soft-spoken when he's giving his answers. You notice it. Like the Superman speech, the Prince, the story about Superman, writing Superman, the story about Prince. Which I know someone asked, well, why doesn't he release that documentary? That's not his... He doesn't have control of that. That's Prince and whoever owns his library of stuff now. But he talks about the Prince and the documentary making at that time, and the Superman story. But again, you notice Kevin Smith, he's soft-spoken. I would say this is my favorite of the evenings with. Evening with Kevin Smith 2, Evening Horror, still very entertaining, very fun. And a 3 evening with Kevin Smith. I don't know, if he has other stuff, maybe I'll pick them up just for shits and giggles. Save up some money for it, but yeah, that's all the Kevin Smith stuff I have. I don't know when I'll review. Well, I have the Blu-ray of The Death of Superman Lives, and Kevin Smith has some interviews on that. But I don't know when I'll start reviewing these, but I will do it. Try to do it soon. Either way, thanks for watching. Take care, and we will see you later. Bye-bye.